What's up, guys? It's your boy, 22K13. I'm going to talk about should the Chicago Bears ease up on Matt Forte's workload? Chicago Bears running back Matt Forte fighting a noble fight, but it's one often lost in his chosen profession as age and money, two familiar foes, clash. Now a third combatant is possibly set to enter the ring, declining touches. All three are forever linked, of course, because paying running back who have gone through the NFL gauntlet repeatedly isn't fashionable. Doom and decay circle even the somewhat elderly running back, a category Forte is nearing. He preparing to celebrate his 30th year of existence late in the 2015 season. As that birthday near, Forte and the Bears live in complex times. The former is heading into the final year of his contract and wants an extension, staying as much to 670 the score in late April via Dan Welder of the Chicago Tribune. The latter is wrestling with a difficult question. At what point does a workhorse running back fall off his horse? And when does less become more even else? As new offensive coordinator Adam Gase correctly noted via Chicago Bears radio network Zach Zaidman, Forte can play pretty much every snap. And here's what Zach Zaidman tweeted out, and I quote, Gase said Matt Forte is unusual because he's able to play every play if you ask him to. He said Matt been in such great shape. There are no easy answers here, but eventually every running back reaches the point of diminishing return. New Bears head coach John Forte is well versed in that reality, which is why he often deployed a chameleon approach. Forte spent 4 seasons with the Denver Broncos, where he implemented his battle-tested method of rotating running backs. During his time at the Broncos sideline boss, no running back exceeded 250 regular season carries, and multiple backs eclipsed 100 attempts each year. That's a sharp contrast to the heavy workload Forte has successfully shouldered over 7 seasons. He averaged 259.6 carries per year, and in 2014, the value of football placed in his gut towered over that of any other Bears running back. That gaping divide between Forte and his primary backup Kadeem Carey look only at the Bears' carry distribution. The comicality matter split grows if we factor in Forte's prominence as a pass catcher and plug the same name into a similarly simple chart. The Bears have had a running back pillar in Forte who accounted for 33.3% of their total offense over the past 2 seasons. That's a significant chunk during a time when he was surrounded by a dynamic group of offensive weapons, including wide receiver Brandon Marshall, who since moved on to the New York Jets, altering that workhorse approach meant a drastic departure from the Bears' offensive character, which maybe isn't such an awful idea for the 21st ranked unit during Mark Trestman's final season as head coach. The immediate counterpoint, that offensive bleeding wasn't on Forte's hand with the 9 games when he totaled 100 plus yards. So as a coach who historically craved freshness in his backfield, how does Fox justify minimizing Forte's role? How does he find a happy marriage between still riding his versatile pass-catching running back and making sure Forte's career touch odometer, which currently shows 2,260 touches, doesn't climb too high? Maybe he just won't bother eating up and instead will fight a sort of inner battle against his own tendency. And here's what Nate Atkins has tweeted out, and I quote, Bears offensive coordinator Adam Gase said Matt Forte's durability added an element to his power run game, where C.J. Anderson got a little chubby at times. Fox was diplomatic at rookie minicamp when reporters asked him about potentially changing the heavy lean toward Forte, essentially telling them to consult the calendar. It's a via Jeff Dickerson of ESPN.com. and I quote, "It's a positive that he had a number of carries in the production he had, both running and catching the ball. We always been believers in kind of a 1-2 punch and rolling guys through there. But as I tell guys, they pick the team. And it would be no different at running back with who that guy is and how dependable he is and if he earns that number of reps to get in. We early in the process and hopefully somebody kind of check themselves out. Fox has motivation to shine his own history. First and foremost, he's not bound by the future. Forte isn't under contract with the Bears beyond 2015. He's set to earn a maximum of $8.2 million, including incentives per spot track, during potentially his final season in Chicago, and the former second-round pick isn't blind to the financial reality of his age. And here's what Jeremy Stork had tweeted out, and I quote, "Matt Forte on 670 the score," and I quote, "I'm not looking for a huge third contract. I know I'm 29 and I'm a running back too." He told 670 the score that contract extension talks were brief earlier in the offseason and haven't picked up since. And I quote, "I asked them if we were going to talk about it after the draft and free agency, and they said no," Forte said via Dickerson. "Even if his demands are reasonable, there would be a hesitation to resign Forte after another year of running into linebacker wall. So Fox should operate under what I call the DeMarco Murray assumption and take away every last bit of thread off his running back tire before Forte is coldly discarded." The Dallas Cowboys and head coach Jason Garrett followed that logic with Murray while squeezing the final drip of production out of their asset. During Murray's final year in Dallas, he finished with 449 regular season touches and the sixth highest all-time single-season mark per Pro Football Reference, including the playoffs that Plummer climbed to 497 touches. And here's what Chris B. Brown had tweeted out, and I quote, "DeMarco Murray had games with 30, 37, 34, 41, and 32 touches last season. Never less than 22 touches and only 3 times had less than 25. A lack of commitment served as Fox's first motivation to press his Forte pedal firmly. Then there are also the other unfortunate fact of his new backfield, the one that leaves him with little other choices." The Bears running back depth chart beyond Forte has situational peace and a sprinkle of hope. They took a flyer on Jaquez Roger, a diminutive 5'6", 196 pounds, pass catching specialist who recorded two 50-plus reception seasons over 4 years with the Atlanta Falcons. Yet you hear a size for bone when assessing his ability as a runner. Over 305 career attempts, he averaged only 3.7 yards per carry. The Bears used a 4th-round pick on Jeremy Langford, who posted the fastest 40-yard dash time among running backs at the 2015 Scouting Combine. 4.43 seconds. He immediately shined for the number 2 role behind Forte, and Curry will put up a fight with his all-purpose skill that led to 4,290 yards from scrimmage during his final 2 seasons at Arizona State. However, Fox already had an all-purpose running back and one of the best. He already had a running back whose career included 5 seasons with 1,000-plus rushing yards and 6 with 400-plus receiving yards, and he may only have him for 1 more year. If Forte doesn't have a dominant presence, the Bears don't have even a recent shot at establishing a dominant offense. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next one. Peace.